Hi everyone, this is question number 5 of June 2022, paper 1. So the question begins by saying that given that 2 plus 3x to the power minus 1 can be expressed in the form of p multiplied by 1 plus qx to the power minus 1, where p and q are constants, find the value of p and the value of q. So we have been given an expression, so which is 2 plus 3x to the power minus 1. So 2 plus 3x to the power minus 1. And this expression is actually in the form of a plus bx to the power d, where a is not equals to 1. And when a is not equals to 1, or when the expression doesn't have a 1 in it, we have to bring a 1 here. So to do that, when a is not equals to 1, the expression a plus bx to the power d, bring a 1, we take the a out, and since there is indices there over the expression, so we need to write that. So you say to the power d, and bracket 1 plus, this would become b by a x to the power d. So in our expression, which is 2 plus 3x to the power minus 1, a is equals to 2, b is equals to 3, and d is equals to minus 1. So a is equals to 2 here, so I write 2, and d is equals to minus 1, bracket 1, 1 plus b is 3, so I write 3, and a is equals to 2, x, bracket close, and d is minus 1. So 2 to the power minus 1 is 1 by 2 actually. So this will be 1 by 2, bracket 1 plus 3 by 2x to the power minus 1. So they have asked us to express this in the form of p, bracket 1 plus qx to the power minus 1. So p, bracket 1 plus qx to the power minus 1. So p here is half, q here is 3 by 2. So this is answer for part A. And for part B now, we are asked to expand 2 plus 3x to the power minus 1 in ascending powers of x up to and including the term in x to the power 3, expressing each coefficient as an exact fraction in its lowest term. So we know we have been given 2 plus 3x to the power minus 1, and we know this is equals to 1 by 2, bracket 1 plus 3 by 2x to the power minus 1. From part A, we know this. So this is actually in the form of a to the power d, 1 plus b by ax to the power d. And when something is in this form, and if you want to expand this, then the format of it will be something like this. So this would be, at first we'll write a to the power d, and then bracket 1 plus d multiplied by b by ax plus d multiplied by d minus 1 divided by 2 multiplied by 1 multiplied by b by ax whole square plus d multiplied by d minus 1 multiplied by d minus 2 divided by 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1, and this would be b by ax to the power 3. Since the question have asked us to expand till x to the power 3, so we don't need to write more terms. So a to the power d was a was 2 and d was minus 1, so we know that was 1 by 2, bracket 1 plus d, so let me write that here, so it was half, bracket 1 plus 3 by 2x to the power minus 1. So d here is minus 1, b by a is 3 by 2, so 3 by 2x. Let me just change the bracket here. So this would be this. and d is minus 1 multiplied by minus 1 minus 1 divided by 2 by b by a is 3 by 2 x whole square plus d is minus 1 multiplied by minus 1 minus 1 multiplied by minus 1 minus 2 divided by 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 1 multiplied by 3 by 2x to the power 3 and bracket close. So this would be half, then if you write the bracket, it will be 1 minus 3 by 2x plus this would be 9 by 4x squared minus if we multiply minus 1 multiplied by minus 2 multiplied by minus 3 divided by 3 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3 by 2x whole cube, then you will get minus 27 by 8 x to the power 3. So if you multiply a half with all this, then this would be half minus half multiplied by 1 is 1 by 2, and this would be minus 3 by 4. 1 by 2 multiplied by minus 3 by 4x would be minus 3 by 2x would be minus 3 by 4x plus half multiplied by plus 9 by 4x squared would be 9 by 8 x squared, and half multiplied by minus 27 by 8x cubed would be minus 27 by 16 x cubed. And this is the answer for part B. And for part C, we have been given an expression in terms of fx. So which is fx is equal to 1 plus x divided by 2 plus 3x. And obtain an expansion for fx in ascending powers of x up to and including the term in x to the power 3, expressing each coefficient as an exact fraction in its lowest term. So exact fraction in its lowest term means that when we have a fraction like 4 by 8, this is a fraction, but this is not in its lowest term. The lowest term is 1 by 2. The numerator and the denominator should not be divisible to each other. So we have been given an expression which was fx equals to 1 plus x. For part C, fx is equals to 1 plus x divided by 2 plus 3x. So this thing can be written as, if you look at this, 2 plus 3x is actually to the power 1. So this thing can be written as, if in the multiplicative form, this can be written as 2 plus 3x to the power minus 1. Right? So we already know 2 plus 3x to the power minus 1 is actually equals to half minus 3 by 4x plus 9 by 8x squared minus 27 by 16x cubed from part B. So we can just write it here. So 1 plus x is multiplied by 1 minus 3 by 4x. So it is not 1 but half minus 3 by 4x plus x plus 9 by 8 x squared minus 27 by 16 x cubed. So we need to multiply 1 with this expression and x with this expression separately. So when I multiply 1 with half, so this would be half minus 1 multiplied by minus 3 by 4x would be minus 3 by 4x. 1 multiplied by 9 by 8x squared would be 9 by 8x squared minus 27 by 16x cubed multiplied by 1 would be minus 27 by 16 x cubed. And now if we multiply x, so this would be half multiplied by x would be half x, and minus 3 by 4 x multiplied by x would be minus 3 by 4 x squared. The powers will actually get added up, so x to the power 1 and x to the power 1, so 1 plus 1 would be 2, and plus 9 by 8 x cubed. So 9 by 8 x squared multiplied by x is 9 by 8 x cubed, and we have been asked to expand till we get x to the power 3. So we already got that here, so we don't need to expand further. So this would be half, and 3 by minus 3 by 4x plus half x is minus 1 by 4x, and 9 by 8x squared minus 3 by 4x squared is plus 3 by 8x squared, and minus 27 by 16x cubed plus 9 by 8x cubed is minus 9 by 16x cubed. So this is the answer for part C. This is fx. So for part D, hence using algebraic integration to obtain and estimate 2 4-decimal places of integration, limits are given 0 and 0.5 fx dx, and we already know fx to be 1 plus x divided by 2 plus 3x, and we expanded that in part C. So 0 and 0.5 fx, which is, we know, half minus 1 by 4x plus 3 by 8x squared. 3 by 8x squared minus 9 by 16x cubed dx, because this whole expression is in terms of x, so that's why it's dx. So the general format of integration is when we have ax to the power n by b. So this would be, a would remain the same, and x to the power n would be n plus 1 here, divided by, b would remain same, but we need to multiply it with the n plus 1. And if there is no power given, then there would be a c, but as if there are no limits given, then it would be c, but we have been given limits of 0 and 0.5, so there won't be a constant here. So the integration of half would be, actually this is half x to the power 0, so x to the power 0 is, when we do that, half x to the power 0 plus 1 would be just 1, so x to the power 1 is x, divided by 2 here, b is equals to 2, so this would be multiplied by 1 as well, so this would be just half x minus 1 by 4, this is x squared, right? So this would become, if I just write the a and b here, so this is 1 by 4, this would become x to the power 1 would become 1 plus 1 is 2 multiplied by 2 plus 3 by 8 x to the power 2, so this will become x to the power 3, 2 plus 1 is 3 multiplied by 3 plus, sorry, minus 9 by 16. I'm writing the a and b at first, so 9 by 16, and this would become x to the power 3 would be 3 plus 1, which is 4, and this will be multiplied by 4 brackets 0.5 and 0. So this would be half x minus 1 by 8 x squared plus 3 will get cancelled. So this would be 1 by 8x cubed, and this would be minus 9 by 64 x to the power of 4. Again brackets, the limits 0.5 and 0. So we will do it separately now. At first we'll be using 0.5 as x. So this would be half 0.5 minus 1 by 8 0.5 square plus 1 by 8, 0.5 cube minus 9 by 64, 0.5 to the power 4, bracket close, and now subtracted by, if we use x equals to 0, lower limit, this will all be 0, but for better explanation, I'm writing this. So half multiplied by 0 minus half minus 1 by 8 multiplied by 0 square plus 1 by 8 multiplied by 0 cube minus 9 by 64 multiplied by 0 to the power 4, bracket close. Also, this would be, if you do this, this would come out to be, this whole part would be 0, and this part, if you put it in your calculator, this would be 0.2255 2255 2255 859375 859375 9375, and they have asked us, I think, to give it in 4 decimal places. So 4 decimal places would be 0.225, and here after 5 we have 8, which is actually greater than 5, so this would turn out to be 6. So 24 dB. This is the answer. Thank you.